Merry Christmas! Oh my gosh, I can't believe we've reached day 25. This has been so much fun. Have you guys been enjoying this 25 days of Christmas cards? How was your Christmas today? Ours was so fun. The kids got along, which is like all I can ask. So that made the day so much better. Everyone got to enjoy their presents, and Justin wrapped them all this year, my husband. So they were wrapped really fun. Little teeny things were in big boxes. Some boxes were wrapped with 3 different papers. It's fun. We do a tradition where we don't label the presents, and you just get to pick a present and then open it, and then we all have to guess who it's for. And that way, if someone has more presents than a different person, it doesn't matter because we each got to open the exact same amount of presents. So it's really fun. My oldest daughter hates that. She wanted us to label her presents separately this year, so we did, but it was little teeny tiny handwriting in one corner of the present box, so she had to go through all the presents just to find hers. It was so much fun. Oh, I love our traditions. Anyways, how was your Christmas? I want to know. Tell me everything. Did you guys get everything you wanted? What did you even celebrate? Do you even celebrate Christmas? Do you have family? I don't know. We always do a big ham dinner on Christmas Eve and then go look at lights and watch the nativity and just play games and have a lot of fun. And then Christmas is just a day to chill. So I took like a 4-hour nap today because we were up all night wrapping presents and bringing magic to the house. So I thought this card would be so appropriate for Christmas. You got Rudolph all tangled up in the lights. And that plaid, oh my gosh, did you see that plaid stamp? So cute, right? So I tried to do tone on tone, which means like a red on a red. And I liked how it turned out because it's just enough interest, but it does not overwhelm the card. So I really liked how those backgrounds worked out. And so for this card, I did the ink smooshing technique. And it's where you take your ink pad and you smoosh it onto a surface, whatever surface you're comfortable with. And then you spray it with water. And then I always use my fingers and kind of swipe the colors together just to give it some fun texture. And then I dip my paper in it, and then I dry it in between each dipping layer because that gives it so much dimension. It makes it look amazing. The best ink I found that this technique works with is Distress Oxide from Ranger Ink, Tim Holtz, Distress Oxide inks. And I did a bunch of different colors. I started out with my light layer, and then I move on to the dark layer. So it all pops through and has different levels. It's so cool, you guys. You've got to try this. If you've never tried it, you have to give it a try. It's so much fun. So you just add some layer to there and dry it, and then add more and then dry it. And it literally builds upon itself in the coolest way. It's so cool. So I started with my warm greens, and then off camera I did some cool greens. So right there you can see I did different kinds of tones. And then I just squirted it with a little bit of water, did some drips just to add some more interest to each card. And I really like how they turned out. And every card is different. Every panel you do, completely different. So now I'm going to use my Distress Micro Glaze. This stuff is amazing. I'm just going to do it on half so you guys can see the difference of what this glaze does. So you can see on the bottom half where I use the glaze, you can see all the levels. And on the top half, it's not as deep. You can still see levels, but it's not as dimensional compared to the bottom. Like it looks like a 3D painting on the bottom. And so then after I showed you that, I'm going to put it on the entire rest of the panel. And now you can see up top, you can see that dimension. You can see all those layers build up. Isn't that cool? I love that stuff. It takes out the cloudiness, it adds dimension, and it also seals in your project so it's no longer water reactive. Cool, huh? So it's just a finished sealed look. So here I am just doing that on the other panels, and you can see the dimension pop up and the layers. That's why you want to smoosh and then dry and smoosh and then dry, because it builds up all those layers. And so it's not just like one flat surface. So now that I've got all my elements made, I'm going to put the card together using my 5-inch double-sided tape. And so that's just the inside note card. And I wanted to pop it up on foam, but I didn't want it to be like really popped up. So I used my teeny tiny lift foam in the wider size. And I'm just gluing on Rudolph. And then Rudolph is going to be the O in the word joy. How cute is that? And you can see the plaid on the joy. This little tie. Oh, so cute. So for the sentiment, I wanted to use Merry and Bright because I thought that was perfect for Christmas and with the lights on his antlers. So I just used another Tim Holtz stamp with a fun sentiment because he's got amazing stuff and I love him. And then I used, I used my little mini scissors to fussy cut that out. And then I just glued that over the Y. I almost said W over the Y and my logo, and boom, you have a completed card. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Isn't that so cute? I think it's absolutely adorable. And of course, I made extras. So this time he had ornaments hanging off his antlers and then 2-5 for December 25th for Christmas. So cute. And then I made a shaker card using just the lights in the background. How cute is that? I love a shaker card. They're so easy to make and so much fun. And here's the close-ups. So tell me, what did you guys think? Which card is your favorite? How is your Christmas? I hope that you all had a wonderful time. I love you, and I will see you later. Love you. Bye.